I get a lot of people asking what's going on with HR8 and HR1446 now that it's in the Senate. Got some information for y'all. Sit by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets if you want to know more. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. If it is Second Amendment news you're after, please consider subscribing to Guns and Gadgets. I'm your humble host Jared, and I bring this to you every single day, and sometimes several times a day. So hit that subscribe, thumbs up, share everything, follow the socials and all that craziness as well. If you want to stay in the loop. I want to first off thank the sponsor today. It's Monday, the Monday Morning Grind, brought to us by Blackout Coffee. This is cup number 2 of the day. I had 3 hours of sleep last night, so literally without this I wouldn't be upright. So excuse me. So thank you to Blackout Coffee. Check them out, blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. We make all kinds of coffee flavors in K-Cup, in whole bean, in ground bean. We do loose leaf teas, hot chocolates, some cool swag too. Check them out. So what's going on with HR8 and HR1446 in the Senate? Well, I'm hearing whispers that they're going to meet on it this week. However, I'm also hearing whispers that old Chucky Schumer is very, very frustrated right now related to these two bills. See, we've gone over numerous times that without them nuking the filibuster, it requires 60 votes for legislature to go forward in the Senate, to go to the floor for a full vote. And as we should know, it is basically a 50-50 tie in the Senate. It's technically 50 Republicans to 48 Democrats and 2 independents that typically always vote Democrat. You know, if you're trying to think of who they are, the first one's Bernie Sanders, and that should set you off right there. And then obviously they have Kamala Harris as the tiebreaker, and she's done that tie-breaking vote already. So they'd love to get it to her. In fact, there's a couple bills, and that's why Chucky Schumer's a little upset. So the House has passed a few bills to include HR8 and 1446, as well as HR1, the bill that looks to fundamentally change America, as well as some other bills that are very important to the Democrat agenda. And right now, Schumer's pissed because they can't pass those bills as currently constituted. And they're trying to change that. So like we've been talking about it here in the channel now for about a month. They're talking about, well, they're actually going to different senators and seeing how they feel about going after the filibuster. Now, I've told you that there are 3 senators who have been vocal about not removing the filibuster, and that is Manchin, Sinema, and Tester. And we should still be contacting them if you haven't already. If you have contacted them, do it again. And let them know not to change or not to remove the filibuster, just to help an agenda. And as it stands, they can't pass anything because of party line politics. Now, HR8 and 1446 are considered bipartisan because they did have a couple Republicans vote for them. They had a couple Democrats vote against them. But we all know that this is the test. If they can get these to pass, then they will absolutely go for the other bills that are lying in wait. Which brings us to the struggles that Chuck Schumer is having. So Chuck Schumer is considering going after the filibuster officially. And we might hear something on that this week. We've also heard from the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, and he said that if the Democrats do nuke the filibuster, then the Republicans would shut down the Senate, basically. And what he means by that is the Republicans wouldn't show up to the votes, which would deny the Democrats the required quorum of 51 senators. Now, that has been done before, which would open up an option to Chuck Schumer, which would be to order the Sergeant at Arms of the Senate to forcefully bring senators to the chamber. And that was done back in 1988. That had to do with campaign finance, and one senator was physically carried into the chamber to make that quorum. So there are ways that Schumer could physically force a quorum, but we'll see how far and how willing they are to go down that rabbit hole. Another whisper that I'm hearing from people down in the the People's Communist Republic of DC that's still behind razor wire, although I did see this morning that they are removing that razor wire as I'm recording. What they're also thinking of doing is putting this on pause and seeing if they can make up some seats in the midterm elections. So we don't know which way. They're still, from what I'm told, he's still contemplating his options, whether they're going to go after the filibuster, and if they do, would they force people into the chamber to make a quorum, or are they going to put all of their eggs into the midterm election basket? Which is interesting because typically historically, when one party does really well in an election and takes a majority, it's usually it usually goes the opposite way in the midterms. For instance, like right now, all the Democrats are in power in both chambers and in the White House. Typically, historically, the midterms would be a stronger lean towards the Republican side to help break up that monopoly, that logjam. Who knows what the future holds, how the elections will turn out in 2022. But those are the options that Chucky Schumer is going over right now. He is very, very frustrated and is still considering that filibuster option. But I'm hearing we will hear something this week, but politics often changes rapidly. But I just wanted everybody to know what's going on. I get a lot of questions about it, so I wanted you to be in the know and know that I am working hard behind the scenes to stay up to date with this and get all the information. And that could change today. Literally, they're about to go into business today, so that could change today. But if there is something to report, I'll have it here. So please consider subscribing to Guns and Gadgets. This is where you'll find that news, a day, night, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, no matter where it happens. And I thank you for your time, because without you watching, this does not happen. So please help break that YouTube anti-gun algorithm. Hit the thumbs up. Share this with everybody you know. Also follow on my other social medias and places I post. You can see links for that in every description of every single video. And please check out Blackout Coffee. Trust me, they do good. They ship the same day you order. And it's small batch roasted. It's wicked good, and I am going to need this to wake up. So until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Have a good one, folks. Take care.